Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Kingdoms Reborn. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. In this episode, we are going to be getting into a couple of gold things. We'd like to do a little bit of upgrading, and we got to see what else we can get into. We got a couple problems happening right now. Got a little bit of a tool issue happening. We did take some steps to resolve that. And it looks like our wood's hurting pretty badly and our coal's getting quite low. So we got to do some things about that. In between episodes, I did a little bit of work, not a whole much. And I added in this here little neighborhood. And I did put in another forester and another beekeeper up over in this area because I want to keep on top of our wood production. And if we're putting in a bunch of houses over in here, of course, we're going to be using a bunch of wood for that. And then the land that we were currently using, like right in here, is no longer to be used for trees. So that's great. We got that happening. I wanted to put that in because we were getting kind of low on workers. If we go back down over in here, you can see, yeah, it's even worse than when I started. Yeah, and it's even worse than when I started. So we're at 309 currently out of 474. We're hurting pretty good, it looks like. So we got to figure that out. Oh, I know what's going on. It's wintertime. All of our farmers are off the field. That's why we have so many laborers. We'll check that back out later once the planting starts. But look at all these goodies. See this right there? Gold ore, and gold ore. So remember, we have this guy right here, the intercity logistics port, importing pretty much any gold ore that our colony that we created in the last episode is creating. So what I want to do with that, let's go up here into our tech tree. We've got lots of points. So what we're going is right here, the goldsmithing and then the bank. So what we got to do, of course, we got to grab global footprint first. This is going to allow building in foreign land to help allies, interesting, and unlocks the foreign quarter, plus 20 upgrade points for builder and host player, interesting. Okay, we'll grab that. And then gold smelting, here it is. And then this is going to give us the mint. So we will be able to mint gold bars into coins. So what I'm currently unsure of is how our ore goes into bars for the mint. So let's grab this and we'll see if we can answer that question. So we have about 7,000 points. So this will do. People are dying left and right. Suddenly someone asked us to consider eating the corpses for survival. I don't think food is the problem. It's not. So no, thanks for the suggestion, I guess. Lots of cold issues. That's what's happening. Foreign quarter. I'm not going to bother with that. Mint card. Yes. So with the mint card, yeah, this says gold bars, and I'm kind of ignoring all that cold warning because we got a lot of it happening right now. So let's get that put in, and then we got to address this cold apparently. Look at all this. This is not good at all. What's going to happen next is we are going to have holes in our production stuff. Like, look at this. This is going insane right now. Holy cow. Okay, so let's go here. I'm going to slow the game down. Let's set the job priorities. What I want to do is prioritize making food over things like making pots. So we have a lot of people in the market. We want to have that up. So I'm going to keep that about right there. But let's find somewhere that's not super important. We can adjust that. The furniture workshop. Okay, it's only 9 workers, but we have 3 other luxury tier 1 goods that are able to keep up with that demand pretty okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this guy all the way down. So now if we go here, at the bottom, great. So what should happen is these 9 workers should take the place of a higher priority job, and with the exception of course the farms and the fruit gather because of the season we're currently in. I want to go through here and make sure that we got things like food happening for sure. We also need the tools because it's kind of a hurting point right now. Anyways, medicines and charcoal burner I want to have for sure, and coal miners. So it looks like coal mines currently not great. So what I'm wondering is, let's kick this up to the tippy top first of all. I'm wondering if our coal mines have a total amount of coal that they have in them. I don't remember that being a thing, but let's see. So Control T to hide those trees so that we can see what's happening here. And aha, coal mine depleted. So there we go. I didn't realize that was going to be an issue that we were going to run into. So let's get rid of that, and then we are going to need to demolish this. But let's do this first. I don't know if the exact location is going to determine anything. If I put this in and then destroy the old one, can we rebuild in the old location? Let's find out. The back has to face the mountain. There it is, and we'll find out. Let's do a quick build since we're kind of hurting so badly right now. So yes, both of these are unfortunately depleted. So what I'm gonna have to do is pause the game here a little bit so we don't lose all of our citizens to cold. That's a terrible thing going on right now. So this right here is kind of shot. Don't really have any coal there anymore. But luckily, I did just purchase this plot of land right here. And I did buy this one as well. But this one does have coal available. So we do have 3 coal mine cards currently. So we got to find a spot for these buddies. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, this will work fantastic up here. So let's keep away from the houses, of course. And we'll put 1 down and 2 down. And then in a second, the 3rd one will appear in our hand. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, all 3. Let's get these quick built. Boom, and boom, and boom. Storage too far. We can fix that pretty quickly. Probably want that for the wood storage anyways. Tie that in there. And then let's go ahead and do another road tying in the forester. And then, of course, we got to put it in our warehouse. So we'll get this guy happening, and we will be able to get some more coal going on here. We really, really, really need it. It's hurting our wood production so badly because we've been using coal to supplement that. And then with coal being out, now we're hurting. Let's kick the budget up. And then I do want to do some upgrades right here and here and here and here. And do we have enough glass for this? 21, we do. Just barely. Okay, great. +4 worker slots. That's a lot. We're going to just leave it like that for now. I got a feeling I'm going to go through this 15,000 coal pretty quickly. So just keep that going there. And hopefully we can gather up enough coal before the next winter. Now, we could do, of course, is make some more charcoal burners and try and do coal that way. We do have this one right here, what we've had for forever. Let's go ahead and increase the budget there since we're here. And let's go ahead and upgrade this as well while we're looking at it. We only have the 1 charcoal burner, apparently. So, yeah, we need to get that figured out here pretty dang quickly. Another thing we could do is sell some of this gold ore we have and purchase more coal. So we have been importing coal. We're going 100 a time, and we're shooting for 100 inventory total. We're sitting at 20. We are also still importing iron tools. So what we can do, let's go up over in here. I'm going to add an auto export order, and let's say gold. Yeah, so here's gold bars. I got to figure out how to smelt those gold ores. So we'll go like that. Gold ore, 4,000. That's plenty. Let's shoot for 1,000. And let's get some of this stuff sold like as soon as possible here. Let's just focus on the 2 things I care about right now. So we have 360. So let's go 180 and 180. So this way we should be able to max out everything and be okay. Still making a little money. Great. Let's do that. Let's get that coal in here. Let's get these people warm for the next season. It's going to be a big deal if we can't keep our people warm in the next winter time. I don't want to deal with that. It's not going to be great. Let's take a quick moment and look in our tech tree if we can find that gold smelter. I find it very bizarre that the gold smithing is here, but there's nothing in between to smelt that gold. I'm silly. So here we have gold smelter. I don't know when or how we got it, but I just went to our wild cards and then went gold smelter, and there it is. So great. We do have the ability to smelt our gold ore into bars, which of course are going to sell for a better price if we can manage that. So let's get this guy in here and get some gold bars getting smelted. We really could use the money coming in. I want to put it back a little ways, about right there. Great. Okay, so we have hopefully that on the mend. We'll find out. We have lots of upgrades that I want to check out as well. I was looking at this tree a little bit. I did put in quarry improvement. We have forestry technologies good to go, and I'm pretty happy with all that stuff. Over here, one thing I want to get into is the house adjacency. So this is going to cost about 1,000 science points. Not a big deal. Houses get +1 gold for each nearby house. And you know what? I've been cramming my houses together. And then we have tax adjustment. Allows tax adjustment from the town hall. Let's grab that. And then what is this? Industrial adjacency. Industrial buildings get +5% efficiency for each nearby industry of the same type, max 15%. Let's go ahead and grab that. And then what is this? Expand the number of slots in the card inventory. I'm going to leave that for now. I'm pretty happy with where we are at with that. The industrial age we need to get to these other things. So with about 7,000 points left, let's see if we can do anything else. No, 25,000, 25,000, 25,000, 58. Yeah, so we're kind of a ways out. We need about 38 houses more to upgrade to the industrial age, so we need to work on a couple of things here in our town before we can advance. And those things, of course, are going to be the luxury tier 2s. We want to just make sure that we have a good amount of those happening. You can see here we have wine coming in. We have magic mushrooms, clothing, candles, glassware, and honey meat. Lots of things. but maybe too many things. We need to focus on a couple of these. And the one that I think that I want to focus on to begin with is going to be up over in here, and this is going to be our grapes we have going on. Of course, the grapes we have to grow and then process into wine with our wineries, but we need a couple more farms up in here. And of course, expanding is going to require more people, and we are currently, hurting on some people. So something that we could do is look for specifically the immigrant cards. Now, this is something that I have done before. We grab the wild cards that are there, of course, because they're great. But once we go through all of the free ones, we can pay a little bit to continue to look for cards. There's the immigrants card. Great. So every time we click this, it's costing us 40. There's another 40. So we're going to keep cycling through and find the goodies that we want. I saw the coffee roaster there. I should have grabbed that while we were here. But for now, we got the 5. We'll start with that. And the reason why I said grab that coffee roaster is because I did do a couple coffee farms. Looks like I forgot to change that one to raw coffee. So we have our coffee breeder here working great. And we have our coffee growing at a decent rate. So let's go ahead, grab those 5 immigrants, add them to our town because we kind of need that. And then, of course, here is our irrigation pump that we got in the last episode, but I didn't really do anything with it because of it just took a little bit of time to create. I kind of have crowded this a little bit over in here, and I have neglected to even think about this irrigation. So let's see if we can get it to work anyways. So, of course, the irrigation ditch is going to help us with the fertility of the crops that are around it. I'm going to demolish this farm so that we can do something over in here, and we'll grab our irrigation ditch again. So what should happen is if I drag this along, we should have an improved irrigation. You can see that little corner jumped to green. And then, of course, if you zoom in, this has that water texture in there, so you know that it's working. So that's pretty great. So what we could do is kick that back just a smidge and put a road in there, and then still use this area for farming like we originally wanted to. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. We'll put in a pretty good sized farm, and then we'll say raw coffee. Great. So that's how the irrigation ditch works. I might need to put one over in here and kind of fix this little area, but I'll do that later perhaps. But I think we're doing okay for now with that. So let's go ahead. We'll turn our overlay back to none so we have the regular view of the map. And then just looking over the things, of course, we still need some wood. Our coal is looking a little bit better, which is very nice. And we're doing pretty great with money. Let's do a couple of upgrades. Now, these guys, I guess, aren't going to require just money to upgrade. We need some stones, some iron tools, and some stone tools. We do have the tooling to be able to do whatever, and we have an okay amount of stone. So let's upgrade some of these. And that, not enough tools. Okay, well, I might have just hurt myself there. We'll find out, I guess. So I'm trying to increase our wood production per season, and hopefully those help us do so. So we should go back to our job priority. And now that we have most of the farmers in the field, we can get a little bit better numbers on what we got going on here. So plenty of laborers. We're still pretty short, about 40 workers, a little bit more than that. So we want to get that fixed. So I think, well, that tailor is counting against that number. And we were missing an input for that tailor. I don't remember off the top of my head what that was. Mint is looking for stuff. Cheese maker we don't have yet. Paper maker, we don't have any wood right now. It looks like we're doing pretty great. So let's do this for now. We'll kick that to the bottom. We'll kick the mint to the bottom, and we'll kick tailor to the bottom. So that's good. I think that'll be pretty close to what we're missing. Okay, so here's our tailor, and we're looking for leather clothes for the input. Let's just see what else we have. So we have wool clothes and then cotton clothes, and we don't have any cotton, but we do have sheep in the colony. So we could import some of that wool here, and then that would help our tailor out as well. So excellent. I'm not going to use 7 people in there. I'm going to knock that down to 3 will work. And let's see. There's our wool. We got 2,000 already in the town. It'll be brought up there. We're going to start to get some clothing, and that's going to be a luxury tier 2 good. It's currently hidden because we don't have any available. So hopefully, with the coffee working, with the clothing working, and then we need a third one working. So what I want to do, I think, is the magic mushrooms. This is a really easy one because it doesn't really require any more processing. So we did do quite a few farms previously of the magic mushrooms. They were right over in here. So we have 4 of them. Can we upgrade these at all? We can, but we don't have the tooling, so I guess we can't. But we could, of course, build a couple more of those. So let's go ahead and grab those. Magic mushroom farm. And let's let's go over in here. This will work just fine. We do have, of course, this could be farmland, but I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of these guys instead. It looks like 3 is going to be our max, so we'll do that. Great. So we don't have the materials for this, so one option, of course, we can quick build, but our money isn't going to allow us to do that. So I'm going to set it up. We're going to leave it for now, and as it gets completed, it'll get completed, and then that will help us out with our luxury goods. With wood still being an issue, haven't really done much here with it. We could build another forester in between here. Oh, let's see if we can zoom in just right. Yeah, we could build another forester right in here and then just kind of connect those two just to try and really max out our gathering potential for this wood action that we have here. Houses, of course, are going to be too far for this guy. So I'm going to just go ahead and we'll whip a road up there, and I'll probably plop down a warehouse, and we'll do a little house out here as well. And there we go. That should solve that, and we'll hopefully get enough wood coming in now. We'll have to check back. Coal seems to be doing great still. So we are still using up more than we're producing, unfortunately. So we got to keep that in mind. So what I think what we will do is let's upgrade this one to be 8 worker slots. Great. That filled up pretty quickly. And let's do one more. We got to watch our money. So we're at 7,000 now. And let's do a quick little zoom out and a check about and see if we can find any more coal. So I didn't realize that coal was going to be such an issue for us. So we have some coal on the right there, and we're not too far away from it. So if we could grab this province and then this one, we could build another couple coal mines over in here, and we could connect pretty easily to our town. So let's purchase this province, and we are able, once we get the money, of course, to purchase this. We are getting really close to being too far away from our starting province. So that's why I'm surprised we can still do that. If we do get too far away, like up over in here, we might not be able to capture these. We may want to do another colony up over in here. We could do that. That could be a great fishing colony, bring in all sorts of fish for us and do that. And then it looks like right here, we have a little bit of coal we could gather. And then across the way right in here, if we purchase this land, we could get some coal right there and coal right there. And we could do that with a port colony or something and export that back to our main town, which we could, of course, do with our current colony as well. So let's take a quick whip up there and check it out and see if there's anything we can really do up here as far as that stuff goes. We have our one coal mine here, still doing okay. And, I mean, we're getting in the gold. That was the purpose of this. This looks all right up here. I did put in the sheep ranch for wool because I was thinking Taylor, but that being a luxury tier 2 good is kind of pointless up here for this. So we could export some of that wool if we ended up needing it. We would need a second type of luxury tier 1 good up here. Well, we have a tons of tulips, which is great. If we got an excess amount of cannabis or something like that, or beer, then we could absolutely import that up here as well. But something I want to just check quick is if we could put a clay pit in here. No, it's got to be on the river. Okay, so that's not going to work. I was thinking pottery as a second tier 1 good up here. So moving forward, what I think I want to do, we got to nail down on some of these luxuries. I want to give them a little bit of time to, get settled in and start working a little bit better. We're doing pretty great with our tier 1 stuff. I'm happy about that. It's still doing great. We have to keep our eye on it, make sure that we're keeping up with it because we are expanding. We're building more houses. The demand is going to increase, etc., etc. You know how that's going to go. Until we can get our timber problem under control, we are going to be kind of struggling. So we have to worry about that. What we could do as well is continue to advance, and hopefully here we can get to the industrial age soon. But there's a couple of good things that I would like to check out here. The machinery. Here's tunnel. Okay, machinery is going to give us the tunnel and plus 30% wood harvesting yield, but I can't research that until we get work schedule researched. This is going to unlock the ability to adjust a workplace's work hours. So let's get that started up, and then in a little bit that'll be ready, and then we can begin researching machinery. That plus 30% for our wood gathering is going to be huge. We really could use that right now. And of course, we have our little speed boost we can use, but we can't use it on our timber makers, unfortunately. So let's just go ahead and we'll plop it down on a couple of spots here and get a little bit more goods coming in, a little bit more food there. And then let's look at our auto trader really quick. How are we doing with quantities of gold ore? 4,000. We're still crushing it with gold ore. So that's great. We still have our target inventory of 2,500 coal. We're still shooting for that. We're doing much better now, about 500. And I see that the farms are bringing in their goods for the season. So that means winter is close upon us. We'll see how well we do through this next winter. Hopefully it's much better. So something we could do is build another auto trader as well. Get lots of timber coming in. That would be great. Oh, and we did get the work schedule completed. So let's begin machinery and then let us check out the work hours. So here we go. We look at our glass works. Kick the budget up, of course. We have our work hours here, and we can set more or fewer work hours. I would imagine that that affects the job happiness and the efficiency. Let's see. Yep, efficiency goes up, happiness drops, and then of course the opposite for fewer hours. So we'll leave it right in the middle. The middle usually is the best. So we'll leave it like that. Great. And then we have one more thing to look at, and that's the tax rate. So we just researched that, and previously we have tested this out, and it looked like that having taxes at the maximum did not negatively affect your town over time. So let's see if that is still the case. Very high tax rate. That should skyrocket our coins, which of course it does. But our smiley faces are still pretty great for now. There is no line item there for taxes. So we'll keep our eyes on it. If the happiness starts to plummet, we'll adjust it. So I think that's going to be it for this episode of Kingdoms Reborn. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this one. And I hope you have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night, and a great new year.